with that, I'm going to close that now, and we're going to move on to hearing more about H12, Mr. Doug over here. And Dave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to remove you and keep Doug and Doug's audio on here. Do you want to stay in the background?
Yeah, I'll stay in the background.
Excellent. So I've got you in the back. Don't bear in mind that we can't hear you anymore. So just bear that in mind. What I'm going to do actually is what's oh no, actually no, I've got an idea. So I'm going to open Spotify here, and I'm going to look you up first. And funnily enough, I type in H12, and there you are. I'm going to move to your, where is it? Oh, there we go, in the about thing. Oh no, I thought in Spotify you got like a really cool profile or something, or was that?
Yeah, I had a bio in there at least.
No, I mean like I thought there was like a when you open it on the desktop version, it has like a profile with like artwork and whatever. But
oh, gotcha.
But no, I think it actually looks cooler on SoundCloud, doesn't it? Because you've got really cool artwork on that. Let me just quickly check you out. Oh wait, I can never remember. What are you on here? Oh, I can never remember. How do I find you on SoundCloud again? Are you H12 bass or you?
I think it might actually be DJ XH12 because I think I had that's an older one.
I'm currently trying to find, because essentially I was going to sort of set the picture, so to speak, with your SoundCloud profile. I can't bloody find you anywhere here. Hang on. All I'm going to say is I'm seeing some really wild profiles on SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure these are not you. I'm pretty sure you are not a Muhammad Habibi from Indonesia, and I'm pretty sure you are not someone from the Syrian Arab Republic. Okay, never mind. My idea was just basically to have some artwork of you, but I will show this instead, just whilst I read off some info about you. So here he is. Look, so H12 here on SoundCloud. So for folks wondering who the bloody hell is this that we've got on the podcast, Doug Halliday, aka H12, aka Thirster, is an electronic music artist / producer, drummer, and DJ from Warren, Ohio, USA. He's been obsessed with making music since the age of 12 when he got his first drum kit. His early career includes 4 successful albums and 2 US tours as the drummer for, is it Lygia?
Lygia,
I beg your pardon. For Lygia and Burn the Shroud, both metalcore bands heavily influenced by Deftones and Glassjaw. Inspired by Diesel Boy, Doug went on to enjoy success as a drum and bass DJ, spinning at clubs and raves statewide. He was inspired once again, this time by Mr. Bill, and began producing his own electronic music, which combines elements of future bass, future trap, EDM, and hip-hop. His first solo endeavor includes a collaboration with Robert Aquatic titled The Walkout EP, and his solo album, Lysergic Frequency, both released in 2020. His second album, Cognitive Dissonance, dropped in December 2020, with ongoing releases since then, such as Blow My Mind, featuring a radio edit and a remix from Project Lando. Yeah, I basically shoved that in there right at the end of your bio. I'm going to start off by asking you, Doug, or AKA H12, how did that name come about?
Well, when I started DJing, my full name's Douglas James Halliday, so my initials are DJH. So when I created my DJ name, I was like, well, I already got the DJ, and then I got the H for my last name, and then 12 was the age I started playing music. So I just kind of fit together. Then once I stopped DJing, I just dropped the DJ and just kept the H12.
Oh God, yeah, because you started when you were 12.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I literally just read that, didn't I? In your bio.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Wait a second, hang on. DUJ HALLIDAY. Isn't that 12 letters?
Yeah. Huh.
Oh my god,
How about that?
that's incredible. You're like learning more.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, I was just doing the math there, but there you go. So there's another meaning to it, if you like.
Nice.
But speaking of when you were 12, let's go back to
Okay.
when you were 12. What was this first drum kit that you got?
It was
You remember?
it was like a cherry red, like 1980s Ludwig. It had like a real old oaky tone to it. It was really nice.
You wait right there. Wait there. Hang on. I'm gonna stop that screen. I'm gonna go to here because now we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I mean, bloody hell, these things aren't cheap, are they? Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
775 there, 689, 950 for a Ludwig drum kit, red sparkle finish, vintage style. Oof.
Yeah, they've definitely gone up in price since when I got mine.
Wow. Which one is like? Was it something like this?
Yeah,
with like a black
that
thing
one
on
almost
it?
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
My God! And you were 12 when you had this?
Yep, yep.
You must have been the biggest pain in the arse ever.
Oh,
In
my
the
parents
room.
are so patient. I thank them so much for that.
Oh my God! Like, was it more of a case of you have to bang on the drums if you haven't done your homework, or if you have done your homework?
It was a little bit of both for sure. You know, I played a lot like during when my parents were at work and stuff. I would be at home, and that's a lot of times I would play when they weren't around.
Mm. Yeah, I can only. Yeah, I'm just sort of looking at this. Yeah, just looking at this image now. Hang on, let me just stop the screen and change it to this one. Yeah, that's a real doozy of a set there, isn't it? And I tell you what, looks absolutely fabulous in red as well. Like, I think it has to be red.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It looks really good in red.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like an instant classic. But
and
yeah,
I still have it to this day. It's sitting upstairs in my studio still.
no
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Not set up, but it's sitting there in the corner.
My God. So yeah, yeah, and obviously the thing I always find is really funny is that obviously, you know, if people always like, you know, if you're moving things around the house, people always say, "Oh God, it's like you got a drum kit up there," but you literally have got a drum kit up there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there you go. Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff there for the Ludwig drum set, and it's amazing that you still got it as well. And actually, and we're gonna move a bit further forward now. Obviously we went back there when you were 12. You've got that drum kit, you're banging away, and so on and so on. Tell us a little bit about your experience in the band of Ligeia. You said it was, wasn't it?
Ligeia, yeah, yeah,
Ligeia
yeah.
and Burn the Shroud.
Mhm.
Whilst I also know, by the way, that Skrillex also had this same type of journey,
Yep.
and we all know what happened to him. So take note, folks. But
Yep.
yes, do tell us a little bit more about these experiences in these bands.
Yeah, so there was there was a couple guys all in my local neighborhood. They had already had a band together. They had found out that I played the drums and they were having some trouble with their drummer, so they had me come over and audition. Once I played for them, they called the guy, they kicked him out of the band right then and there.
What
And
troubles? Was he just an asshole or what?
he just wasn't working with what they were trying to do. I guess I don't like to toot my own horn, but I guess I had a little bit more talent than he did. So, but yeah, then we ended up almost within 6 months. We started playing shows, and then we started picking up some popularity. We had another local band around us that was getting really big, and they were going on a U.S. tour, and they needed an opening band, so they brought us along with them. So the first tour, I think we did like 12 cities, and yeah, we opened for them every one of those shows. And then about 9 to 10 months later, we did like a 25 city tour, and then we opened for them on all of that.
25 city.
Yeah, yeah.
Like like in terms of distance, like how far were you going from like one city to the next?
We were driving anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to the next show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was every day.
Wow.
A show every day. We didn't have a break. I think we had one day where we didn't play a show.
And if can correct me if I'm wrong, was it like Was it obviously you in your bio? You mentioned obviously it was sort of influenced around Glassjaw and Deftones and what have you. I'm assuming it was like those type of gigs where people have got the long hair and they're like,
Oh yeah, a lot of that. Yep, mosh pit, all that. Yep.
Well, I want to show you this now because I want to know if it's anything like this. This comes courtesy of CalmXmind_fanzine. I showed this to Dave like privately. We thought this was absolutely hilarious, but do let me know if it's anything like this.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, this could have been a video taken at one of our shows, literally. Like,
absolutely fascinating. The only reason, actually, do you want to describe to audio listeners what we're looking at?
It looks like you got a bunch of people flailing their arms around and kicking and spinning around in circles.
This is not some like exorcism, by the way. This is just a gig. But hey, does it sound fun? This guy's looking at bro. Oh my god!
Yeah, we call that doing the windmill right there.
I bet he could generate some energy. My gosh, especially when he's doing that windmill. But yeah, essentially, I came across that and I thought, yeah, if that was like your gigs, I imagine they were definitely ones to remember.
Oh yes, oh yes.
I played that nicely as well because I was eating something at the same time. But it just happens. By the way, whilst we're eating and drinking, are you all right for the toilet?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good, because I was just gonna say, surprisingly, I've literally drank this and this. 2 pints full of water, and I don't need it yet. Maybe I'm just used to the podcast. I don't know. Now I'm aware, obviously, your artist name H12, but you are also Thirster, and you also run a cafe. Do you want to tell us how you manage all of this?
Well, lately I've been managing it all pretty poorly. I've not been really working on my music as much as I'd like to. I've been like real focused on working at the cafe and stuff, but I've been getting back into it these days. Luckily, we're only open for 7 hours, so I have my evenings to do whatever I need to do. So I'm not like hung up there all night or anything.
I mean, well, like one thing at a time, mate. I mean, Jesus Christ, like
Right.
running a cafe and making music at the same time, like, bruh, like that is just well, at least it is compact into just 7 hours essentially. But how would you say? Because obviously you've never ran a cafe before. How is it going so far? Is it actually, before I ask, is this something you're okay with talking about?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, we just want to check with you first.
Yeah.
How is it going so far in the cafe?
Oh, it's great. It's one of the most fun jobs I've ever had. It's me and my wife. My wife was the manager of it originally, and I had got laid off from my job. And I kind of jokingly, she was having trouble finding employees, and I jokingly kind of said, "Hey, like I have a ton of experience doing this kind of thing. I could, we could work together." And she's like, "All right, yeah, let's do it." And we've been doing that for the last about 2.5 years now, and it's been going really well. It's nice. We got the best customers. Like most of our customers are all regulars that we get to chat, catch up with, get to see what's going on in their lives, and yeah, it's wonderful, honestly. And I love being able to make like art on my lattes. I get to kind of flex my creative side on making drinks and stuff like that.
And how much would you actually say is like when you're working at the cafe, and especially when you mentioned about working with regulars, would you say that like you are the person who makes the coffees, but you are also low key a psychologist to these people?
It's not as bad as like being a bartender, but it's definitely a thing for sure.
Yeah, because I often do find that, like, because people often say, or like my mum often says this because she's a hairdresser, and she always says when people sit down and they get their hair cut, they literally just tell everything about their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
She's literally like a low key psychologist, basically. But I'm aware that those who have their regular coffee spots, they can often do the same. They'll just, if you say like, "Oh, how's your day going, man?" and like you'll hear like loads of crazy stuff. I'm sure, right?
No, of course, yeah, yeah. It goes both ways too. Because I'm real close with a lot of the regulars as well, and they know what's going on in my life, and I know what's going on in theirs. So it's kind of a little bit of a back and forth there for sure.
Well, I mean, we love that though, don't we? Because the thing is, I mean, do you know what as well? Like independence as well is so crucial as well. Because when you've got like massive coffee chains who, I mean, maybe they do build up regulars as well. I'm sure they do, but like, I don't think anything beats independence. To be fair.
No, I agree 100%. I was never a fan of big coffee chains. It just never tasted as good to me. I always wanted to go find a little local spot.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. And actually, and speaking of coffee machines as well, I remember you told me you've got one of those incredible Italian ones. Is it called an Il Maritozzo or something like that?
Yes, I wouldn't be able to say it as eloquently as you did, but yes, I do believe that is how you say it.
No, it's only because I speak it as well. So debatably at a certain level, but yeah, no, because the only reason why I'll say is because every time I go to Italy or every time I go back there, because I'm going there next week, I drink the coffee there like all the time, and like obviously they have it as just an espresso basically,
right,
because that's the regular thing there. Like flat white is not a regular thing,
right,
just the espresso. And I tell you, it's like, well, I mean, people always say, well, caffeine is drugs, but it genuinely feels like it when you're having it there, because you're like, bam.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, a lot of the machines that they use in Italy is these Il Maritozzo ones, which you have.
Yep, it's the Ferrari of espresso machines.
I'm telling you now, and like I swear, people over in Italy, they don't know how good they've got it, because
right.
A lot of that is just is fresh stuff.
Yeah, we get complimented a lot. Like the people that know, when they we've had people like want to come back around the counter and look at it just because they've never actually seen one, and
yeah. I'll and I'll tell you as well, a worthy investment, because I know these things are not cheap.
No.
People may not realize either, but like, I mean, shit, like that is better you than me. That's all I can say.
Right.
I'm pretty crap at making my coffees. But rather than just coffees, obviously, you are very well known to me for making a lot of music as well. More music than coffees. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Now, last time we had a guest on the show, I used a Star Wars analogy to describe like the main influence of being the Yoda, because you know how like, I'm assuming you've seen Star Wars.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, obviously, Yoda is obviously the little dude who's like the mentor of Luke Skywalker, right?
Right.
So basically, that's what I sort of use as like the main influence for the artist that we had on in the previous episode. Would you say your Yoda is Mr. Bill?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Bill is your Yoda.
Yeah.
And who would be your Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I would probably have to say probably G. Jones.
G. Jones is the Obi-Wan Kenobi, eh?
Yeah.
So G. Jones is the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mr. Bill is the Yoda. And I mean, last time I said, can I be the R2-D2 of this other artist? But I think in your case, if I can be Mace Windu, that'd be pretty cool, even though...
Yeah, that works for me.
Even though I look nothing like Samuel L. Jackson, but whatever. But no, that's very cool. And I will say, how much has Mr. Bill influenced your own music and or production methods?
Well, when I first heard him, I was kind of starting to like fall out of love with electronic music. And he was on a podcast I was listening to when I was at work one day, and they played one of his songs, and I had to pick my jaw up off the ground. I was like, I've never heard anybody's sound design, and it's so jazzy, but it's so funky, but it's so heavy. And I that night I went home and I listened to every single song he had released. I sat there for 4 hours and just listened to every single song he ever made, and was just blown away. And he does a lot of tutorials as well. Unfortunately, all of his tutorials are for Ableton, so I use FL Studio, but a lot of it did translate. So I started picking up on a few of his techniques here and there, started applying that as well.
Yeah, and actually that, and in a way, you could say that he's influenced you in both variants there with his own music and the production methods as well. And it's funny you should say that as well, because you're FL Studio, I'm Logic, and then Dave, who's not present at the moment, I think he's FL Studio as well.
Nice.
I don't know many people that use Ableton. You know, I think I know Katarina, who we had on, who was one of our first guests on the show. I think she uses Ableton. And when talking about making a track, and I've asked this questions to other people before as well. In your opinion, where does the idea come from, or like for you when you're making a track, or does the idea like literally just it's there in your mind and you can hear it? How does that start for you?
Sometimes it's something that's playing in my head and I'm trying my best to get it out. A lot of times what I do though is I'll take a vocal that really inspires me, and then I will start to build around the vocal, or say I got a bass line or something, and then I'll just, start to build around it from there. And it just kind of like each piece starts to come together as you go along.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really interesting because, I don't know, because, I mean, this is what I always find very interesting in particular in regards to music production methods, especially for making ideas, is because for me, I do stuff on the piano. I literally just will come across notes and I make a composition like that, and it comes really quick. Have you ever had it where you'll be asleep, but right before deep sleep, have you ever had it where you can start hearing like a piece of music in your head, but you don't know, but you've never heard it before?
Well, yeah, it's when I wake up in the morning, actually, is when I hear it. The first thing whenever I wake up in the morning, that's when I start getting ideas. I don't normally before bed, but yeah, it's usually a first thing in the morning thing. Yeah.
My God, we are so, I swear to God, we're so different. Like for me, it's when I'm trying to go to sleep. And I'm like, oh, this noise. But like for you, it's when you wake up. I so wish that happened to me, I swear. I mean, when you're making tracks as well, how long on average do you take to put a track together, would you say?
I'm usually, I'd say anywhere from 20 to 40 hours, usually closer to the 20 hours, but there'll be a few that I just keep revising and keep chipping away at, and sometimes I get closer to 40.
Right, okay. And would you say, so basically when you are going to make a track, you are the type of bloke who will do from start to finish all in one session? You've got to do all of it.
I jump around, honestly. A lot of times I start with like, I'll build the drop first, or I'll I'll just have like a little a breakdown part, and then I start to fill in the other section. Sometimes I'll go from the drop and write it to the end and write the intro after that, or vice versa, and stuff like that. So
yeah, no,
it's hard for me to go just from beginning to end.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's well, yeah, and all I will say is that I think one of the exciting things for most, well, maybe not all the time, but is when you have an idea, you start with it, and you'll get to maybe like halfway there, and then you stop because you got to go, there's life things that you got to go and do or whatever, and then when you come back to that session, it's almost exciting because you don't know how it's going to end, but then the idea might start coming again, and you're like, oh God, yeah, here it comes again. That's stuff like that I particularly like. Now for you, obviously you've had the experiences of like being in bands, and then you've done drum and bass, you've dibbled and dabbled with EDM and hip hop and stuff like that, either under Thirster name or under H12 as well. Now that's quite a lot of genres. Which genre would you never touch?
Well, that's a really good question, honestly. As far as in EDM, I thought it was going to be drum and bass, but that's changed recently. I've just recently made my first drum and bass track, but I don't really think there's anything off limits, really. I mean, if I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, in whatever genre it is, you know.
Yeah. What about like ghost producing for a pop artist? Would you do that?
Yeah, I'd do any of that. Yeah.
What about reggaeton?
Well, as I'm not as familiar with it, I probably wouldn't be too good at it, so I'd say that one's probably off the books. But yeah.
Or like bachata. Do you know what bachata is?
No, I never heard of it.
It's basically South American music where the singer is always constantly talking about love or
okay, yeah,
women or sex or
right,
all three combined, and it's all very. I can't describe it, but I'll have to send you a link to it. But
okay.
But hey, well, that's very interesting to hear. So H12 could be bringing out, could be producing for a pop artist. If any of you pop singers out there are interested, or reggaeton as well. Reggaeton, you never know. I'm going to skip one of these questions that I've got here because it's a bit of a basic one. We are a bit short on time, but I'm going to try and fly through these as much as possible. Now, in your bio and just from general knowledge of your music anyway, is that you have done a few albums. Now, I want your thoughts on this statement, essentially. And this is from a gentleman called Orlando Higginbottom, aka or otherwise known as Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs. I don't know whether have you ever heard of this guy?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So that was his long artist name, Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs, but now he's just known as Teed because it's a lot easier to say. And essentially, he had his first album called Trouble, and he essentially only called it that. Obviously, one of the tracks on the album is called Trouble, but essentially, he named the entire thing Trouble because he said it was just nothing but trouble to work and finish on it. Are you having any challenges or trouble with anything right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's an ongoing process with me. I have a love-hate relationship with making music. It's if it's not working the way I want it to, I'm just, and then, trying to force it, and then, maybe trying to convince myself that it's good or that it is, it is or isn't good. And yeah, it's a constant struggle.
And actually, just rereading your bio now, you had Lysergic Frequency in 2020 as you have one of your albums, and then Cognitive Dissonance in your other album. I'm pretty sure you've had another one though, haven't you?
Yeah, I had one called it was an EP called Sensory, I think a 5-track EP. And then I think I've done a bunch of singles in between there.
What's the one where you've got Druid on it, and then
that's Human Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 4 then.
4, yep. I gotta update that bio.
Jesus wept. You've done 4 albums already. Well, I wanted to ask, out of those 4, which one was the most troublesome to finish?
Probably the last one, Sensory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had put a lot of time into that one, but I do think it came out. It's also my favorite too. So,
and well, that's an interesting way you can put it like that. And actually, let me have a quick look on here. So I've got your appears on. Oh man, hang on. Let me just click into albums. So in albums, I've only got you down here for Human Energy and Cognitive Dissonance. And I think it's Human Energy is the one that I know you on both of those albums, actually. Yes, I do remember this one because, you've got Druid, Like I Own It. I'm just basically listing the ones that I like the most, basically. I was a big fan of Like I Own It and Druid. Yeah, I think they were my favorites.
Yeah, I like those songs a lot too. I remember Like I Own It. I felt like I really broke some ground with because being a drummer, I'm not as good musically, and I feel like I had breached some really good ground on that one.
And actually, I would say Like I Own It. What I particularly liked about that is that vocal that you've got on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I own it. That was yeah. So I'm kind of fanboying right now. I'm going a bit off topic there, but yeah, that was just something to just quickly to mention. Now, before early on the show, we were obviously briefly talking about famous interactions with people in the industry and so on and so on.
Mhm.
Have you had a famous interaction with someone in the industry, and were you starstruck?
Not really. The closest I got was I got to fist bump Mr. Bill. We went to go see him at a show in Columbus, and he was walking from the bathroom back towards the stage area, and I happened to be just sitting at a table. He walked right past me, and I gave him a fist bump. So that's
No
about as
way.
close as it gets. So that's pretty good.
Hey, I mean, mate, not many people can say that they fist bumped Mr. Bill. I mean,
right.
and I'm pretty sure Dave hasn't. Dave, have you done it? Shake your head. We can't hear you, so just shake your head. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling you hadn't, and I haven't either. So
Right.
you've got one up on all of us essentially. Yeah, I tell you what though, so I actually think interactions like that is sometimes better because if you meet someone that's like it's really influenced you, sometimes you don't know what to say.
Right. Yeah.
As
I wouldn't know
bizarre as
what to
it
say to him, and yeah, if I were to just be in a room with him, I'd probably sound like an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. All I'll say is the one time I met Deadmau5, I didn't physically meet him. It was on an actual call like this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's actually recorded. It's part of the International Music Summit that happened in 2018 in Ibiza. And people said, "Oh, we're opening up questions now to Deadmau5," and I stuck my hand up straight away. And I'll be very honest, I had no idea what to say, and I just and as the mic was coming to me, I was like kind of bricking it a bit, thinking, I don't know what to say, but I don't want to sound like an idiot. So I kind of asked one of the questions that's on here was just about how do you manage your time. But that's the first thing that came up to my mind. And thankfully, I was all right. Like, he was all right with the question and everything. And,
yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
But the guy behind me, obviously, like, there was a guy behind me that also wanted to just speak to him, and he just asked him about his car or something like that. And like, oh, yeah, I've got the Ferrari and everything. So, yeah. And actually, speaking of artists, which artist would you love to support your music? Generally.
Geez,
we can say Mr. Bill off the bat.
Obviously, though. I would but I'd say like a Zebler and Conti Experience. What's the other guy? So G Jones, and then some of the other ones. I've been this guy does like this hip hop stuff. His name's Daily Bread. It like mashes up hip hop and like bass music basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of within the same realm of stuff that I was doing, but he got really big, and that'd be amazing if he could, if he was supporting what I did.
Yeah, like, is he? Would you say he's the type of person that would be playing like headliner events in the club or whatever?
Yeah, he's moved on to like concert venues now. He's doing like a mid-level concert venues and stuff like that.
Bloody hell. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, actually, wouldn't it? If he was playing and then he just like is whipping on one of your tracks, like
right, yeah,
venues. Yeah. If he's watching, I hope that's good advice for him.
Yeah, right.
Now, obviously, you've released on lots of different platforms and what have you, and obviously that's how we met. Actually, was through the platform Emanate before it changed to Drop Audio, and I don't even know what it's called now, if it's even existing. I don't know. But anyway. What are your thoughts on artists that just self-release and don't bother submitting to labels? What's your opinion on that?
I'm not against that. I kind of think that independence, you control it all. You know what I mean? You got nobody telling you what to do. It's nobody's got their hands in it. But and then in the other sense, I think that working with the label is kind of cool too, because you're getting put in front of people that you wouldn't normally get put in front of. You got a little bit of a support system there where it's not just you. So I'm kind of on the fence with that.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it, actually, because, well, it's going to lead into my other question, actually, because I want to know what your thoughts are on, actually, the current model of artists that are signing like a major record deal
Mhm.
and getting a big cash advance to work on a new release or album.
Mhm.
And seeing as though there are like reports and history of artists going broke very quickly after it as
Yeah.
well, or you never hear from them again after one hit.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on that model in particular?
I don't know. A cash advance scares me in that sense because it's like you become enslaved to it. Basically, I think it takes the fun and the creativity away. Like I would rather already have something created and then have somebody want to buy it than to like be given money up front and then expected to produce something out of that. I really never considered it really because I just I try to just kind of roll solo anyways.
Like if for example, if a record label came to you and say, "We'll give you $250,000 up front, but for the next 6 months, you've got to make us a hit,"
Right.
and it's got to absolutely slap.
Yeah, I mean
Would
that's
you
a
go
lot
for that?
it's a lot of pressure. I would definitely I mean I guess with the freedom of time, I guess if it's the only thing I had to focus on, I could definitely get it done, but yeah, it's just it adds a level of pressure to it that either sometimes will absolutely help me or will absolutely bury me. So it just depends, you know.
Yeah, and the only reason why I mention this is simply because I won't go into full detail. However, I know like those stories where you say, "I know a guy that's done X, Y, and Z," but
Mhm.
essentially, I know a guy without naming names, but I know a guy who has a record deal, and this person, I have to be very careful here with my words, but this person said to me that when he was in the office of this record label company, they were basically briefly discussing about another artist that they had signed, and this other artist was basically someone who did a TikTok, I think it was,
Mm.
where he basically sang for 15 seconds, and it was like not a very serious song. It was sort of like a jokey sort of meme type song,
Right,
right?
right.
This person this guy that I know, he told me that when he was there, they told him that they gave this kid, I think he was from Scotland or something like that, this kid, they gave him in the UK 250 grand, and he quit his job and they signed him and they said to go and make a track, go and make a hit.
Right, right.
And it was only based off this jokey meme 15-second clip that made him viral over a week. And well, put it this way, I've never heard from this person again. And well, I can assume no one has. Dave, have you ever heard of like a Scottish guy making a song based on like basically it was based off a pirate song basically. I don't know whether it ever reached the US, but basically he became viral here and got signed a record deal. And well, maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe he has made a hit, but I've not heard from this guy ever again. But
Because
in
yeah,
terms,
don't
eh?
you have to pay that money back, don't you? Like if they give you like that advance and you don't make it, like you owe them that money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
It's why like I think famously a lot of rappers will take the advance. They go absolutely mental with the money,
yep.
and then they're all broke at the end. They have
Yep.
to return things. We are quite short on time, and actually, I've got to skip. Oh man, I've got to skip so many questions here. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to skip quite a lot of these and just quickly say, tell us a little bit about the ongoing and future projects of H12.
All right, yeah. So coming up, the record label that I work for, that I work with, Soul Tribe Music, we are releasing a compilation album of almost every single artist that's signed to the label. It's going to be called Tribal Warfare. It's a jungle and drum and bass album.
Oh
I'll be having a track on there. It's my first ever drum and bass track I've ever made, so I'm super excited to get that out there. But it's definitely worth checking out. It's I think 23 or 26 songs on there, and it's gonna be coming out October 13th.
my god! Do you say 26 tracks are on there?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh my god! I'd have to provide. You'd have to like put a caution label on this release or something. So I imagine when people put their headphones on, it's going to be like, oh, Jesus Christ! Jungle and D&B. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
definitely for the bass heads. Yeah.
Oh god. That's the type of EP you just want to, like, you know, if it's ever on a CD or whatever, you just want to like put it into like a hotel playlist of some fancy hotel and just hit play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Watch you check it in like doof 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 doof. Now we've got a few more minutes actually, but I do want to say just to go back to obviously your cafe. If people would like to go and have a drink or what have you in your amazing coffee shop where you are selling the goods, would you like to share to people where this coffee shop is if they are in town?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you find yourself in little old Warren, Ohio, it's Market House Cafe, and that's on it's on East Market Street, right outside of Route 46 in East Market. Yeah.
There you go, folks. You heard it here first. And actually, would you say like Warren's like quite a cool place to go to in between? Say, if you're gonna go from, this is a real test of my geography here. If you're gonna go from Columbus to Cleveland, would you go through Warren?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it was an old mob meeting spots. All the mafia from Cleveland and Columbus would meet in Warren, and they called it like Little Italy.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So there you go. So essentially, if you are in these mafia gangs, please make your way over to Marketplace Cafe and have your extremely Italian espresso whilst you discuss the motherland of Sicilia, because I'm sure that's what they would talk about. That's excellent. Hey, tell you what. Hey, I mean, they can be mafia if they want, because like,
right.
hey, if they pay, I mean, you know,
don't matter to me.
Yeah, a customer's a customer. You know?
That's right.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll find more about their lives anyway, because they'll probably tell you everything anyway, won't they? But there you go, folks. If you are ever passing through Warren or you go there to chill out or do what have you, be sure to make a way to, what was that, East and 42nd, you say?
It was Route 46 in East Market, yeah.
46 in East Market. And then what's it, Market Street Cafe?
Yep, Market House Cafe, yep.
Market House Cafe, I beg your pardon. So Market House Cafe. I'm also going to have to try and write this down. Yeah, because me and Dave have actually we'll say this to you again anyway offline, but we've often said that like we need to organize a trip to come to somewhere in Ohio to see you or to a nearby city, but more on that later off camera.
That'd be amazing, yeah.
Absolutely. What time have we got now? So we've got like 5 minutes left. Let me see, because basically I'm in the dilemma now where I've got too many questions. So let's just be sensible about this now. Where, if people are like, I'm down to see Doug and his coffee shop, but I also want to listen to his music, where is the best place to listen and embrace all of your music? Go.
I'd probably say the best place is just, I got every single thing on YouTube. So YouTube or SoundCloud, can't go wrong there. And I got some nice little visualizations that go along with all the songs that I got on my YouTube.
Do you do the visuals yourself?
It's like I use like a website that does it. You just kind of like upload your song and you kind of like pick the colors and stuff like that, and they render them out for you.
Hey, that still counts.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, absolutely. No, that's very good. And actually, YouTube is king, in my opinion, which is why we're doing it on YouTube too.
Right.
Pretty much.
And, I mean, everybody has it. You don't have to worry about, downloading a new app or anything. Everybody has it. So
everyone's got it. That's literally why we're doing it. So. So yeah, there's that as well, folks. And then of course you've got your typical places where people like to listen to music. So obviously you've got Spotify, as we've already seen. We've also got you are on SoundCloud, aren't you? Because I haven't sure you're on there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yes, SoundCloud as well for those that use that. And anywhere where you get your music from, your what are they called? The DSPs, distribution platforms.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, all those DSPs basically, wherever you get your music from, essentially, you can check that out as well. And usually I would say that's like the end of the interview, but I think I do have like a few more minutes to ask you like something else here, because You see, my issue is that like I was conscious of like the time all throughout the beginning of this podcast because we've had so much shit to get through.
Right.
We have actually flown through it. I wanted to ask you about like festivals and so on. Just quickly before we leave, are you planning to go to any festivals this year, or is there is there a local one in your area that people are banging on about lately, or have been, or anything like that?
There's a few that happen around here. The scene's almost non-existent in Ohio. I mean, we have our big ones like Lost Lands, and they're like 4-day festivals. But I'm an old man now. The 4-day festival is just I have no interest in that. I like it just a one-nighter. Like that's great for me. But there is a place in Columbus that we go to see it's called Otherworld. It's a like a 30-room interactive art museum that they hold raves at, and it's one of the most incredible places I've ever seen a show at.
Yeah, I'm sure you've sent me photos of that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
When does that happen? That thing in Columbus?
It happens almost every weekend. I think they have big names that come through there too. So just about every weekend, I'd say.
My God. I tell you what, imagine if you're a local to that place. I mean, my God, like
right.
Such a cool way to unwind and forget about the week and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, we love stuff like that essentially.
I wish we had more around here, man. But it's just like we had a little bit of a local scene when I was DJing, which was probably about almost 15 years ago now. We would have local shows, but if they're happening, I hardly ever hear about them or see them.
Yeah, hey, well, unfortunately, Doug, that might be the age kicking in there because
definitely. I wouldn't doubt that. Yep.
That's literally what me and Dave were saying. Like, you literally heard us before saying, like, oh, we haven't really heard of these many people on the lineup for the closing party in the FIFA. It's just it happens. But
yeah, it happens to the best of us. Yep.
I swear to God, like earlier in May, me and Dave went to a festival in Malta, which I'll just quickly wrap up with and just quickly say that was 5 days doing daytime stuff and nighttime stuff.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, that's way too much for me now.
Yeah, no,
way too much. Hopefully this podcast has not been too much for yourself, Doug, or for anyone
not one bit,
or for anyone watching or listening. But of course, in a slick way of rounding us all off, we have to thank Doug, aka H12, for joining us on this 16th edition of Change Phase podcast. Doug, don't go away anywhere when we say our goodbye. Just stay where you are.